When the TECNO Spark 40 launched, everyone was hyped about it looking like an iPhone 17 that didn't even launch or exist at the time. Fast forward 2 months later, the hype is gone and the iPhone 17 is here, and I've been using it daily as my backup device, the Spark 40. These are my thoughts after the buzz, having extensively used the smartphone, and so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Okay, let's get this out of the way first. Yes, it looks like the iPhone 17 Pro, but the thing is, Apple just launched this smartphone while TECNO did it months back, so technically, wouldn't they be copying TECNO? But honestly, I don't even care about the whole copying debate anymore, because after using this smartphone for months, I realized something important. It just looks good, like really good. I cannot tell you how many times people have asked me, yo, what phone is that? The Spark 40 flaunts a sleek, minimalist look with a matte finish that feels more premium than its price tag suggests. It comes in 4 colors. At this point, you've seen it all, and they're all absolutely fire. The build is plastic, sure, but it's got this matte finish that keeps fingerprints away. This is a refreshing break from the giant camera bumps we've been seeing lately on TECNO devices. Now, this slim rectangular bump is a breath of fresh air, and for those of you who are clumsy, it has an IP64 rating, meaning it's splash and dust resistant. And yes, they kept a headphone jack. I know it's old school, but I know a few persons who still appreciate it, like myself. While this display isn't bad for the price, it's sort of a dilemma. This is something most reviewers glossed over. TECNO gave us a 120Hz display for the refresh rate, which sounds amazing, right? Buttery smooth scrolling, everything feels premium, except they made it 720p, not 1080p like the older Spark 30. Let me show you what this means in real life. Look, for social media scrolling and watching YouTube, it's honestly fine. YouTube even lets you select 4K quality on this 720p screen, which is wild and okay, but when you start reading text or looking at photos up close, you can definitely tell it's not as sharp as it used to be or should be in 2025. This is the standard for devices in this price range this year, but I wonder why TECNO had to downgrade this display from what we had last year. Anyway, this is a 6.67-inch IPS LCD panel, which is great for the price. Unlike the Redmi 15C and the Samsung Galaxy A07, which have U notches on the display, TECNO brings the Spark, pun intended, with a hole punched notch, which isn't as dated as the other devices, and I prefer this. So let me know in the comment section below, are you old school or new school, U notch or hole punch notch? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Okay, this next part is actually crazy, and I don't think TECNO expected anyone to notice. They put a Helio G81 processor in this phone. It sounds fine, right? Wrong. The older Spark 30 had a G91 processor, which is literally better. Like, they actually gave this a slower processor and then called it an upgrade. What? Now, in day-to-day use, like calling, texting, Instagram, TikTok, it's honestly smooth enough. But when I tried gaming on this device for extended periods, oh boy, frame drops, stuttering, and after about an hour of playing PUBG on this smartphone, it was definitely struggling. And that is for someone coming from a flagship device. Now, here's my honest take. If you're buying the smartphone to be your gaming machine, don't. But if you're like most people and you just want something that handles daily tasks without breaking the bank, light gaming too, it'll do the job just fine. It also comes with Android 15 with iOS 15.1 running smoothly, and TECNO has thrown in some pretty interesting AI features. There's also this thing called FreeLink. It's like a walkie-talkie feature that lets you communicate with other TECNO smartphones within 50 meters. So no internet is needed, you just use Bluetooth. Pretty neat for students or people working in the same building. Now, if you're finding this review helpful and you want to see more content like this one, how about hitting the subscribe button, giving us a thumbs up, and keep the conversation going in the comment section? Thank you. Now, when it comes to photography, the Spark 40 is a bit of a mixed bag. You're getting a 50 megapixel main sensor on the back, which is decent, but again, we're seeing a step back from the Spark 30's 64 megapixel Sony sensor. The front camera has also taken a hit, dropping from 13 megapixel to 8 megapixel. So your selfies might need a little extra editing this time around. In good lighting, these cameras can actually produce some decent shots. Colors are natural and there's decent detail. But in low lights, you wouldn't get the best out of this camera. You need better lighting for them. Video tops out at 2K resolution for both the front and the back cameras. There's no stabilization though, so you'll need steady hands for steady shots. Now here's where the Spark 40 truly shines: battery life and charging speed. It packs a massive 5200 mAh battery with a 45-watt fast charging system on a smartphone that costs under 150,000 naira. This is a significant jump from the Spark 30's 18-watt charging. And that's the same charging speed as smartphones that cost about 3 times as much. This means you can juice up your smartphone from 0 to 100% in just over an hour. And for a budget phone, this is a game changer. Seriously, it's faster than some flagship devices I've used, like some iPhone devices from last 2 years. Running on Android 15 with TECNO's iOS 15.1, the Spark 40 brings some neat features to the table, including an IR blaster for controlling your TV and other appliances, dual speakers that are surprisingly loud, and an always-on display feature, which is pretty rare for LCD panels. Plus, it's got some AI features like a document assistant and voice assistant, although these might not be the deciding factors for most buyers. However, the downside is TECNO's inconsistent track record with software updates on budget smartphones. So manage your expectations here. So should you buy the TECNO Spark 40 for 139,800 naira, about $90 for 4 GB of RAM and 128 gigs of storage? If you're looking for a smartphone with a sleek design, faster charging, and you're okay with some trade-offs in display sharpness and also camera quality, then yes, it's a solid choice. It's perfect for light users who want a reliable smartphone without breaking the bank. But if you're someone who values screen quality, better photos, or even long-term performance, you might want to stick with the TECNO Spark 30 or check out the Samsung Galaxy A06, which has 6 years of software update and a little better processor for better performance here. Catch you in that video. That day.